Hello, I am going to give you a quick presentation on the game that I created using RenPy. It is called Turabian Nights. So Turabian style is kind of like APA or MLA. It's also known as Chicago style. It's a formatting style that the majority of the programs at the college I work at uses for their citations. So I'm always having students come up to me asking for help with citations in Turabian style. So I thought that I would utilize this class to develop something useful that I could share with them to help teach them. So I'm going to take you very quickly through the game. As you can kind of tell from the start screen here, I gave it kind of a high fantasy setting. This game is a visual novel game, if you've ever heard of those before. So a lot of script, dialogue between characters, um, and I use that dialogue as a method of teaching, kind of like a teacher-to-student scenario, but it immerses the student into the world as a squire who's studying under a knight. And the purpose of learning Turabian style is to overthrow the evil sorceress Plagia, who is spreading plagiarism across the kingdom. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And I'm going to click through it slowly so you can read some of it. So here we see that the knight tells the squire that you saved the kingdom by becoming a knight and learning Turabian style. And as we know with citations, there is quite a bit to learn when you're learning any new citation style. And there's a variety of resources that you got to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and begin our journey. If I were to hit no, it would automatically end the game and take people or the player back to the start screen. So you have the opportunity to restart it at any point. I've built in some handy loops in the coding for that. We're going to hit yes. And you simply hit the space bar or click your mouse to continue through this game. When you do have to make choices, you simply hover over your selection and then click on it. So it's a pretty simple game as far as the commands go. But let's go through journals first. And we're going to do footnote citation. So for the learning, I break it down into steps for every single one of these. Not dwelling on this a whole bunch. Basically, I teach through dialogue. As you see, it is the knight's giving the steps, but the squire will interject occasionally to reinforce the learning of the knight, or to offer an example, or to demonstrate work. So once we finish all the steps here, you have to select the correct citation. And some of the citations I built, some of the wrong answers, they can be quite tricky, so you have to pay attention. So I'm going to intentionally choose an incorrect one. And I'm going to show you what happens when you choose an incorrect one. So same message appears when you choose the incorrect one. I'm sorry, but the author's first name needs to be fully listed, yada yada. And here's something cool. If you don't like the selection you made, or if you don't want to, I should start off with this. When you select an incorrect answer, if you keep clicking through without using any of the commands on the bottom of the screen, you will be brought back to the beginning of the instructions for this particular lesson, and you'll go through all the instructions again until you get the right answer. But to avoid that, we'll hit the back button right here, and we have a chance to select again. And I will go ahead and make the correct choice. And by making the correct choice, then we have an option to learn about another media type. So we can do multimedia, and we'll do footnote citation this time. And again, we have script, which reinforces the learning through conversation. Clicking through all this, I'll try my best to remember which citation is correct just based on visual cues here. And it should be this one. Yep. And let's go ahead and finish the game for now. And our knight thanks us for playing Knights of Turabia, and I show that I procured all the images from Google Creative Commons, and I cite the sources I use for the instruction. And now we're back at the start screen, and we have the option to quit here. We can start the game again, and there's some other things like preferences to adjust volume and some other commands. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope to have this published to a website very soon, because I have plans on using this game to reinforce Turabian style with a lot of the students that come up to me for research help. Have a great one.